Hello, my lovely loves, and welcome back to Planescape Torment. Now, we had a little bit of difficulty last time because our save file corrupted, which was bad. But I have gone back and I have done everything that we were supposed to do, and a few other things as well. We are now back where we were. Oh yeah, I'd love to be able to do this. It's not that difficult. I just need to find the Planeswalker character who isn't that far away. I just can't remember where they are as of yet. Let's go do that, actually. Let us go do that. I want to do this one as well for Marrow Friend. I need to find him some rotting meat of some description. Maybe one of the vendors at the market could help us out. I am very pleased, by the way, to have my, what's it back? To have my spells back. That's always nice. Right. Where are we and what are we doing? Oh, we're here. Okay. There's the flop house, which we don't need right now because we're actually quite alright. There's a hive thug there. There's a hive thug. There's Porphyron. I don't think we need to talk to him again, do we? He is still standing grimly in the street, paying no heed to the passers-by. The web of lines on his face are staggered in a series of right angles. This one addresses you, Porphyron. May I ask you some questions? Oh, no, I don't. No. I am quite happy. I do not want to be a warrior again. That's just not my bag, ladies and gents. That's not how I roll in these games. What's Malt doing? Hello. Hello there, Cutter. Say, I've seen you before. No, sure I have. Now I remember. Say, seen any deaders about? None nearby, I'm afraid. Yeah. What are you looking for? Deaders. He grabs a hold of the cloth and holds it up for your inspection. Don't you reckon? Yes, I do. It's fine. I know who you are. That's pretty basic at this point, to be honest. Debuts, I am not going to bother them yet. Because if I do, odds on the Lady of Pain will swoop down and do me an injury. People around here can rest easier knowing that you destroyed that cursed box. Thanks again. Hey! Yes, apparently the box, the cursed box with the demon inside, has been passing around this area for a long time. A very long time. And people have just gotten used to it, so they just ignore it now. Which is kind of funny, really. Elderly, have we spoken to her? A sense of great loss hangs over this elderly woman like a dark cloud. As you watch her, a long, sad sigh escapes her lips. Greetings! She looks up at your face, cloudy eyes squinting and straining to see you clearly. Forgive me, young Cutter, but I'm an old woman and don't see so well. Do I know ye? Perhaps, but I don't know you. She mulls your answer over for a moment, nodding. What was it you wanted, then? I had some questions. Questions? Or expression curdles? Oh, no. You're an adventurer, aren't you? Name, job, and all that rot? Well, I won't have it. Off with you. No, I'm not really, at least. Bar that, the woman jabs a finger at you. I've watched the dustman put the name of me husband, damn his soul, me son and both me daughters on their memorial. Adventurers, all of them. Why, I swung quite a sword myself, in one in the day. Says I knows one when I meets one. The old woman seems to be working herself into a fit. Her face has become flushed and flecks of spittle fly from her lips as she howls at you. Let her continue. I'll bet you've got all sorts of balmy questions. She mimics your heroic stance. Greetings, I have some questions. Can you tell me about this place? Who's the Lady of Pain? I'm looking for the magic girdle, a Swankine. Have you seen it? Do you know where a portal to the 2817th plane of the abyss might be? Do you know where the holy flaming frost brand Gronk slaying Vorpal hammer a wounding and returning and shooting lightning out your bum is? She spits. Dung all o' it. Only gets you in the dead book. I ought to kick you in the shins for even pestering a poor old woman about it all. Now go away and leave me in peace. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'll just leave her alone. You see Death of Names. He is standing at the monument with the same crooked smile, his arm cradled against his side. Greetings. Once again, his eyes seem to slide over you. Name. The way he speaks the word, it sounds like a tolling of the bell. I don't know. I'd like to bury a name. Oh, right, okay. He nods, then unfolds. Oh, right, a small hand. Right, it looks atrophied. It's the size of a child's hand. Cost jink to bury a name. 3 coppers, 3. No name today. I don't know what that will do, so I'm not going to do it yet. You see Quentin, he's still studying the rock as if he could topple it with his gaze. Greetings, Quentin. Quentin throws you a glance, then nods. Well, Metagame Cutter, you come to claim a slice of the rock for your name? Not yet, I had some questions for you. Yeah. See, thanks. No, nothing yet, nothing yet. Sevtai, we've done Sevtai's quest. We've killed those people who murdered her sisters, so that's all good. She's great, the elderly hive dweller. She's basically a parody on this kind of game, on a D&D game. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. I wonder whether Shalandra's got anything for us. She's helped us out quite a lot. Rumour has it that you managed to destroy Morador's box. I guess congratulations are in order. Still, it's too bad I couldn't decipher all the spells that we used to contain the fiend. Farewell. Oh, okay. I thought I might be able to buy something from her since she is a witch, you know? Apparently not. Dustman. Oh. Frightened hive dweller. What's he got to say? Here, he doesn't seem free to see you. What you be wanting now, Cutter? I had some questions. He keeps a safe distance and his eyes dart from side to side of expecting something out of the shadows. It's interesting. Nothing. He licks his lips as you turn to leave. Cutter, you might think he studies you for a moment. You could spare a few coppers for a blood who helped you on your way. Not many around here do that for a fella. Enough for a man to wet his tongue after all that talking? I'll give you a copper piece, yeah. He glances around to see if anyone saw the exchange, then tucks the drink in the folds of his robe. Thank you kindly, Cutter. May the lady's shadow pass you by. There's something suspicious about that, isn't there? I wonder what that's all about. I really do. Hive dweller, hive thug. Don't need to bother with them. This is the open tomb. Yeah, I still don't know what that's all about. Not yet, anyway. What's this one? Oh, this is interesting. Yes, Angya's house. Right, I'm going to save here because this is easy to screw up. I remember this. This is easy to screw up. I don't want to talk... I want to talk to the wife, not to him. Because he'll just attack me. Angya's wife looks up fearfully as you approach. I said you're not welcome here. You'd best leave before I call me husband. He won't take kindly to you having barged your way into our home. I just had some questions. She glances towards her husband, worry in her eyes. I have not the time, stranger. Do not be troubling me with such things. Excuse me, are you all right? Me? She seems surprised. Oh, aye. She lowers her voice. You'd best leave. My husband has not been himself of late. You'd best not provoke him with your presence. I spoke with him. He seems troubled. What's wrong with him? He's been out of sorts of late. A touch of the cough, maybe. She gives an unconvincing half-shrug. What's really wrong with him? If you tell me what's wrong, I might be able to help, yeah? I think he's done something he regrets. Her worried expression melts into despair. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I cannot imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. Dead contracts? The dead, the dustmen, have contracts that give them the right to someone's body after they die. What do the dustmen do with the body after death? Animate it with their black magics, turn it into one of the walking dead, make it work until... She looks at her husband helplessly till it rots away. Yeah. Why did your husband sign such a thing? He may have been, goat eager to bring home some more jink than custom. He's prideful, but I think he's hurt himself more by doing so. Can this contract be undone? Yeah. She looks at you surprised and sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with, but he's cold and chill like all the dust is. He even lectured me on my husband, as if I had no right to try and help him. Her lips become a tight, thin line, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold, cruel he was. Let me see what I can do. Who was this dustman your husband signed the contract with? The dusty calls himself Gravesend. I know not his first name. He has a table at the dustman bar in the hive, gathering dust, I believe this place is named. You can most like find him there, trying to get more people to sign his contracts. I'll seek him out then. Where is the gathering dust bar?
My journal.
Head out the streets outside, go to the memorial stone, then head south and west from here. She taps her finger against the chin. You should run right into it. There's one of them. Her face wrinkles in disgust, walking corpses out front. Very well, I'll go see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful. Then her worried expression returns. But I must ask you not to let on I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if you were to find out, she shudders. I promise that your husband will not find out. Yeah, thank you, stranger. I appreciate your help. It's no trouble. I'll go see about undoing your husband's contract now. Yeah, let's go do that. Interesting. So where's the gathering dust bar? It's just here, isn't it? There we are. Let's go see what Gravesend wants. I'm sure we'll have to do something for Gravesend as well, you know, to get out of the contract, because that's just the way it is, isn't it? So there's Seer the Skeptic, there's Nodok, there's Awaiting Death, there's a Dustman, Zombie Worker, Mort I Gravesend, there we are. This tiny wizened man is dwarfed by these huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously, and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Greetings! The man's eyes gleam as he takes your measure, and he gives a slight nod in greeting. Hail and well met, traveller. You look like one who is just getting their sigil legs about them. He trails off. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly. Are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Mort I shakes his head. Well, no matter. How is it that Mort I Gravesend may help you? Do you seek... He clucks his tongue as he speaks. The contract, perhaps? Are you the dustman who signed the contract with Angia? Mort I frowns. He looks puzzled. Mayhap. He thinks for a moment. I do not recall the name, however. I would like to settle that contract. Mort I looks wary. I'm afraid that is impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and... the contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. It is possible that he may not even be able to approach the true death with such emotions churning in his mind. Yeah, right? Mort I chews it over for a moment. It looks like you negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It is a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his own feelings in order to reach the true death. I cannot... Yeah. So what you're saying is that you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment. Mort I sighs and holds up his hands as if to placate you. Look, it is not how you are making it out to be. You obviously hold the Dustman philosophy in contempt to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mort I glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it. By the 9 hells, wait here. He drops his voice to a whisper. And keep your bone box latched. He gives an angry scowl and stomps off. Wait. A few seconds later he returns. He's holding a dusty piece of parchment which he gives to you. Here, he sniffs disdainfully. All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone and nettle me with your preachings no longer. I will leave for now. Farewell, Mort I. Arsehole. But then again, he is a dustman, and they generally seem to be arseholes, do they not? I mean, maybe that sounds a little prejudiced, I don't know. But I don't like their order very much, so, you know. They seem a bit nihilistic to me. Let's go talk to Angia's wife. Angia's wife looks up hopefully as approach. Were you able? Yes, I was able to get the contract from Mort I. Here it is. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers, you must be a diva in disguise to do such a thing for someone you barely know. A diva is a kind of, in the... It's hard to explain, actually. In the D&D realms, there are, like, positive and negative planes, and anything that's positive, there's an entire reality based in it, and a diva is an entity from the positive planes. It's an angel, essentially. Give her the contract.
Updated my journal.
Nay, if you could show me your husband the contract, say that you got it for him, but don't say how, I'd appreciate it. Very well, I'll show it to him then. Hey, Angia! You alright? I know you don't want to see me. You see Angia. He doesn't look any better than before. As you approach him again, he turns slowly to face you. His face tightens. Ye again! Didn't you hear me the first time, you pox-ridden dog? Get out of me house, or so help the powers, I'll carve you where you stand. Show him his dustman contract. As you pull out the contract, the blood drains out of Angia's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words. Then his temper quickly resurfaces. Where did you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. She worried about you, yeah. How do we... Oh, yes, how do we... Tear up the contract.
Updated my journal.
You tear up the parchment, and Anger's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens as if a great weight has lifted from him. He looks like he is about to thank you, then stops and stares at you suspiciously. Nothing's free, not in the hive cutter. Consider this free and expect a lot of rules in the hive to change while I'm around. Anger's angry expression crumbles. He looks tired of fighting his good fortune. I must have prayed to the right powers this past half month. He sighs. You have thanks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. I had some questions. Yeah, can I ask you why you signed the Dustman contract? Perhaps the sheer amount of riches and wealth that surrounds you that distracted you, he snorts. We have less than nothing and I needed Jink. It didn't seem to matter too much at the time where it came from, and selling me body to the Dusties is a lot more honest than most work around here. What caused you to change your mind? It's just, he sighs, I saw one of them zombies on the streets half a month ago. One of them zombies that works for the Dusties, and it stabbed me in my heart. I knew I'd made a mistake. I didn't want to be any part of that after death. Yeah, we've all had our share of mistakes, I suppose so. I had some questions. I'm looking for a man named Farod. Aye, that may be known to me. Not fond name it is either. What can you tell me about him? He frowns. He's one of them collectors, and one with a long shadow. There's quite a few boys at his beck and call. He may not be Lord of the Realm, but he's not a smart one to tangle with, Lord or no. Do you know where I can find him? Aye, but I wouldn't be doing you a favour telling it to you. His frown deepens. One of me kin fell into his lot a few months back and spilled some of the dark on old Farod. To tell, Farod's actually got his kit buried somewhere under Ragpicker Square. To get to it, there's some kind of portal you need to jump through while carrying some junk in your hand. Brilliant. Do you mind if I rest here? Anya nods. That's the least I can do. I'll have my wife get some blankets for you. Thanks. Great.
I feel stronger.
Oh, wonderful. Brilliant. That's wonderful. Very nice. Excellent. Excellent. We are making progress here. We're doing stuff. Things are happening, and that's all very nice indeed. I like the slightly narrower scope this game has to, say, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is big and expansive and epic and carries you all over the realm. This one is slightly more focused, which is really cool. Can you tell me about the Dustman faction? Blah, 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 blah. Never mind and farewell. I'll see you later. For now, let's get out of here. I suppose we should go and do the Farod quest, shouldn't we, really? What are you doing? Bayan the Sender, what are you doing? Well met, good sir. 1,000 thanks for helping you find Craddock. No problem, Bayan. You're fine. No problem there whatsoever. I wonder where I could find a planeswalker of some description. There's got to be one around here somewhere. I've spoken to one. I know I have. Porphyron isn't one. I know. Where's the Burning Man? That's where we need to go. That's where we need to go. Office of Vermin and Disease Control? Nope. That is not where we want to go at all. Braskin's Kip? No. Let's have a look around the marketplace, just in case. But I think I know where I need to go now. And I think I know who I need to talk to as well. Not one of them. There's a hive merchant. Did we go in there? Hive dwelling? I don't think we did. Let me just save it in case someone tries to kill us. I just want to have a look. I'm doing the RPG thing of just barging into someone's home. This is how it works, isn't it? You see a plump woman going about her chores. She doesn't notice you entering the room. Greetings. What are you doing in my house? Don't you have any manners? You don't just go around entering people's houses. I'm sorry, I didn't know anyone lived here. Well, now you know. Please leave now and close the door on your way out. I have many chores I still need to finish, and I don't need any more interruptions. Okay. I like that. In most RPGs, like certainly old-fashioned RPGs, people just take it. They just sort of like allow you to walk around, and it's silly. They allow you to barge in to their homes and take what you like. Giskel turns to you. Aye, Giskel. He bows and spreads his trembling, scarred hands. Aye, Giskel. Oh yeah, nothing today, thanks. No. Labourer. Porphyria. I don't think we spoke to Porphyria. This grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her around the top of the stage. She has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding route traffic. Leave her alone! Craddock, what's he got to say? Him in peace, he's being an arse. Gahar, let's leave him, because he's creepy. As Reekwind, we can't really help him yet. Iron Nails? This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams and iron-shod boots. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds each one up, appraising it, then drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings! She straightens up, hearing you approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hand rests close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? I had some questions. Ask away then. Who are you? She pulls 3 nails from her sling bag, tossing them spinning into the air and catching them in her palm. Iron nails, they call me. She drops them back into the bag with a muffled clink. Why are you collecting nails? I sell them to a man, name a Hamris in the lower ward, maker of coffins he is. Tell me more of Hamris. Yeah, there's not much to say. He's a bit chatty. He'll rattle his bone box till you bar me, if you let him, but a fair bargainer. He needs the nails, I need the jink, and that's about as far as it goes. Where's the lower ward? I used to know the way I did, but the debuts have changed the streets around again. Don't know how to get there now. I'll need to chart a new path, but I figure the debuts will straighten things out eventually. The debuts? Ah, debuts, the lady's servant. She looks at you puzzled. You must be new to Sigil. I know about the debuts. Okay, cool. So the debuts have closed things off and changed things around and made it difficult for people to get anywhere. That's good to know. Githzerai. I wonder if we can... yeah. This Gith turns to face you as you approach, like Darkon. He has a yellow cast to his skin and a gaunt frame. His clothing is a curious blend of sharp colours and dull, mud-stained browns. The Gith's dead black eyes flicker over Darkon, then you. Greetings! The man ignores you and turns to Darkon instead. He speaks several clipped words in a low tongue which you can't understand. His expression doesn't change as he speaks, nor does he make any hand motions, so you can't even hazard a guess to what he's saying. Darkon replies with an arrow flight of words in the same tongue, and the Githzerai falls silent. What's he saying, Darkon? The Githzerai turns to you as you speak, then turns back to Darkon and speaks again, this time at great length. Darkon replies. It sounds like the same arrow flight of words as before. The Githzerai falls silent again. Darkon says something else, and the Githzerai responds with another lengthy stream of words. Darkon, can you ask him some questions for me? Darkon turns to the Githzerai and speaks this time at a slower, more measured pace than before. The Githzerai's reply is a short one. What did he say? Your words are known to me, the Githzerai interrupts. Face me and speak your mind, I will hear you. Very well, I had some questions. Achali drowning. I'm sorry. Your question is a stab in the dark, an arrow without direction. His forehead wrinkles. The answer to this question would fill the mind of an Anarch. There is no time for such an answer. Tell me plainly what you wish to know. Interesting. Can you tell me where this city is located? The city touches all planes, yeah. What do you mean? The city is a cage with many doors. Each door touches another place. Why do you call the city a cage? Any structure with locked doors is a cage. Locked doors? Every door in this cage is locked. Each door has its own key. Only then may you leave. Where are these doors located? Everywhere. They number as many as the places they touch. Like where? The doors of this cage leads to everywhere. Every plane, every world. I had some other specific questions about the city. Can you tell me where I might find work? There is little work here. You can hunt rats for bounties. You can gather the dead. What can you tell me there is of interest around here? You are not known to me. What is interesting to you may not interest me. Okay, never mind. Interesting. He was a bit oblique, was he not? But fair enough. Interesting. The Gith, I love the Gith. They are a very interesting species. Indeed. Okay. Oh, here we are. Smoldering corpse, not the burning man. What am I talking about? Coatra's warehouse. Have we been there? Angry Hive Dweller. The barrier, I think we've spoken to these guys. Are you again, Two Legs? What now? Oh, he's still got his accent. Tell me about the slums around us. Why were you wary of me? He seemed sad for a moment. This place, a wretched, unclean place, is full of unfriendly, sometimes desperate people. Not the best place for a visiting buyer, Two Legs. He shrugs. I have business here, though, and so here I am. You don't live here. Business? What are you here for? Another time, Two Legs. If we ever meet in a happier place, I shall tell you all about it. You said you were visiting, you don't live here. The barrier shakes his head, laughing. No, Two Legs. No barrier could live like this. Where are you from? From the plains of Isgard, Two Legs. They are my home. He smiles in fond recollection, as if warmed by the memory. I have another question for you. I thought he might be able to help me with the plains travelling, because he seems like a traveller, doesn't he? But no, apparently not. Hive Thugs. Don't want to. I'm not bothered about them. Oh yeah, this is that place where the wizards were conducting their ritual and we helped them. It was quite funny actually. They summoned a demon that killed them all, which was quite amusing to me. Happens a lot in these games. I seem to recall that happening in Baldur's Gate as well. Quite a bit. Harlot. Don't want to talk to her. There's another Githzerai there. Collector, Harlot. July? He's not a traveller, is he? Oh, yeah. Oh, we can tell him. July, look, I'd watch out. Craddock's angry and he threatened to kill you if he sees you again. What a fool I was. I just popped out for a quick bite of Bub and the next moment he grinds his teeth. Thank you for the warning. Just be careful. Ooh. That's interesting. Mourns for trees. Any changes in the trees yet? Yes, friend, there has been. It's so slight you can barely see it, but look, fresh sap from the trunk and a handful of new buds. It's only a matter of time now. I thank you again for giving me hope once more. You're welcome. Okay, so we've done something there. That's cool. I'm quite pleased about that. Angry Hive Dweller. I want to unlock some of the other areas of the town, but I can't do it until we've done... no, leave the door alone for now. I can't do it until we've done the quest with Farod. That's like the... Oh, hello. A barking wilder. Yeah, this wild-eyed man is hunched over, snarling and giving low growls. It looks like he hasn't trimmed his hair in years. It's so long it forms a veil over his eyes. He has a long stringy moustache caked with grease and sweat, and the tips of the moustache droop so much that they have become tangled in his ragged beard. Greetings. The man stops in mid-snarl and he reaches up to part the curtain of hair that covers his eyes. As his withered hand pulls away his dirty locks, several strange puce-coloured bugs fall from his hair and scatter across the cobbles. Behind the cloak of hair, the man's flesh is moon-pale and creased with wrinkles. His thick, bushy eyebrows form a V as he stares at you. Hand my, take the moon, fly too? Moon... Yeah. Fine. The man frowns, but his eyebrows tilt upwards in a reverse V, creating a bizarre expression. You have no idea how he accomplished the facial expression, but it makes you uncomfortable watching the muscles beneath his face shift into the new pattern. You can't tell whether he's angry, curious, both or neither. Singed kiss speaker man answers prefer a wood woman heart. A single kiss speaks a woman's heart, but a man's answer is what you would prefer. Very well then, but know this, my answer is a question, and an answer from you is what I would prefer. The man seems mesmerised by your voice. With every word you speak, a light flickers in his eyes. Barking wilder am I am. A wanting asking a may you, may I. You may and will, who or what are you? Kaios, he stutters on the word as if having difficulty getting his tongue around it. Some say Zawitets, I say something I can't pronounce. Chaos men. Men no. Nem no. Men yes. 3 no's make a yes. He hunches down on his knees and begins to rock back and forth, singing in a childlike soprano. Chaos man, hop along home. A faction it is, yet we are alone. So what? You are one of the Chaos men. Very well. I had some other questions. Yeah. He claps his hands delightedly, like a child at a festival, and gives a howling shout. Question, question. May I join the Chaos Men? Yeah. He looks at you askance, shrugs, then bends forward to sniff you. Squat, stiff, lank, dank, damp, tramp, cod. He snorts and growls to himself, sod. That would be a no, I suppose. Very well, I had some other questions. Are you one of the Chaos Men? Chaos. He stuttered. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for a lost journal. Oh! He frowns, squints his eyes shut, then opens them back up. When he speaks again, his voice is level and straightforward. It's like a different, saner person is speaking. The effect is eerie. More than one lost, more than one must you find. Each part of you had one. So more than one... Oh! More than one must you find. He blinks and shakes his head for a moment, as if surprised at himself, then chuckles uneasily. Can you tell me where at least one of them is?
My journal.
He looks like he's about to object, then suddenly his left fist comes up and smacks him in the temple. He howls in response, then suddenly stops blinking. One is in a cupboard in your guest room in the Hall of Sensities, and another is on the walls of a tomb sealed deep beneath the city where the stones weep. The others are... Before he can finish, his right fist comes up and smashes him in the face, causing him to yowl again. He blinks and shakes his head for a moment as if he's surprised at himself, then smiles uneasily. Hall of Sensities, where's that? Barking Wilder holds up his hands. He doesn't seem to recall what he just said. You said one was in a sarcophagus beneath the city. Where? Barking Wilder looks frightened for a moment, then points upwards with a hopeful expression. There? He gulps. He doesn't seem to know, and for some reason you believe him. Where are the other journals that you mentioned? Oh, that's so cool. Thank you. Well, there's a tree. Forget it then. I'll try and find them on my own. Mort. Well, then there's a tree with one snap branch too many. Mort rolls his eyes. No sense in chatting with Zhaositects, thief. They're a balmy bunch. Who are the Zhaositects again? They're a faction who don't have any rules, except you don't keep one thought in their head for too long. They're sometimes called Chaos Men, no need to explain why. How do they get members? They just need to attract members like flies. Well, members that are crazy or chaotic enough, I suppose. I don't think they have any recruiters, though. You really can't say anything about them for sure, I see. Thanks for the information. Oh, that is really useful, actually. Oh, you're making a mistake, guys. You really are. So, Zhaositects, that's good to know.
The rock sings true.
That was my chaotic orb, by the way. My chromatic orb, rather. Good fun, eh? I do like a bit of magic. Okay. Okay, so we know roughly where one of the journals is. Good to know, eh? Let's go and have a look in the tattoo parlor, actually. We may actually be able to buy a couple of interesting tattoos now. Hey, Fel! How you doing, man? Can I see some of the tattoos you have, Fel? Razor Angel Ink. So, details. Invokes protection from evil. That's pretty good. Tattoo of the Restless Dead. What does that do? Oh, that's alright, I suppose. Oh, wow. That's really good. For all Mort's faults, having him as a companion makes you seem more capable and not so much of a stranger to Sigil streets. That's pretty good. What have we got? Oh, I can buy it too. I think I'll have that. Done. Tattoo of Bloodletting. Tattoo of Insight. That sounds like it might be good. +1 to Intelligence. Tattoo... Oh, +2 to Intelligence. Tattoo of Soul. That's good too. I'll have... Oh, that's expensive, but... Oh, let's have a look. Greater Action. Tattoo of Health. Tattoo of Presence. +1 to Charisma. Greater Presence. +2 to Charisma. Oh, wow. These are good. Tattoo of Warding. Tattoo of Enduring. Tattoo of Greater Presence. I quite like that. Tattoo of Greater Action. Tattoo of Soul. Tattoo of Revelation. I think we'll get that one too. There we are. Excellent. Okay. Do we have to equip the tattoos, or can we just use them? Let's have a look. Inventory, what's he got? Nothing much. Oh, we can carry stuff, that's cool. Oh yeah, so we have to equip the tattoos, okay. So Tattoo of the Skull, where does that go? There we are. And this one, Tattoo of Revelation. Where can we have this? Hey, cool. There we are. So we are just... Oh, I've Mort for some reason. There we are. Okay, right. Let's go to the Smoldering Corpse and see if we can find someone of intrigue. I want a Plains Traveller of some description. Drusilla isn't one. Ignis, I don't think Ignis is one. Greetings? The thing makes no response. It writhes slowly within the flames. Yeah, examine the corpse. Leave the thing alone. Yeah, that's probably wise, to be honest. Macha isn't, yeah, no, nothing. Macha is not a traveller. These guys are, technically... I had some questions. Do you know collects? No, nothing. Nothing yet, anyway. Zero, or, yeah, oh. Yeah, now this guy is a traveller. The patrons of this place are varied, yet all mortal. Like all mortals, their concerns are limited, with the potential of blossoming into actual truth. I can tell you this, though. You may find a companion dear to your heart here, at least as dear as your heart will allow. I think I should be insulted, but I'll let that slip. Answer another question. Farrell the Collector. Okay, that's fine. Tell me about yourself. What are you? So, no, I don't think you can help me with this. Oh well. Mercy Killer Patron. The man stares at you as if you were some sort of a bug. He stares at you, blinking slowly. He turns his head, then dismissing you without speaking a word. Hello? You hear a subterranean rumble beginning deep in the man's chest. He lightly strokes his weapon and stares at you. If that's the way you want to be, farewell. It's Candrian. Let's have a look. You see a soft-looking man with a gentle, far-staring eyes. He dresses in supple leather clothing and carries various implements of use and destruction about his body, such as ropes, spikes, tinderboxes, and empty vials of air. He looks half gone, literally. There's an insubstantiality to his existence, as if his essence had been partially leached away. He focuses those eyes on you, and suddenly you find him gripping and determined. Greetings to you, O Seeker. I've got a cup of coffee here, by the way, and since we're in a bar, and it's sort of time for a drink, I'm going to have a bit of a drink. Greetings. He carefully sets down the mug he's holding and gives you all of his attention. I have seen the far reaches of the multiverse and returned to tell the tale. I have walked upon the bodies of dead gods and spun moonbeams in the astral, ahead of 1,000 shrieking Githyanki nights. I have passed the ages of existence and watched my essence shiver away before me. What is it that I can do for you? I had some questions for you. Hey! Perhaps, here we are. Perhaps I have answers for you. Speak and I should tell you. I met a woman named Ingress with very bad teeth. She said she had come through a portal from some world that was opened by a tune hummed near two crossed trees. Can you get her home? He pauses briefly, thinking, I know the portal of which you speak, though I have not travelled in these 30 years gone. I will take her home, Seeker. Go tell her to await my arrival, then meet me back here, and I will tell you if I was successful or not.
Updated my journal.
Brilliant. Oh, that is great. Who are you? I am Gondry, Illborn, traveller, dreamer, tailspinner, and so forth. You're a traveller. Tell me of the plains. I am tired, Seeker, so tired. I am fresh back from negation. I will answer what I can for you, but I cannot promise that you will find satisfaction in the answers I give. What would you know? Would you hear of the outer planes, the prime material, or the inner planes? What's the difference? Yeah. The difference is true essence, Seeker. The inner planes are matter, substance, true physicality. They are the building blocks of the multiverse, for it is from them that all belief in the elemental springs. The inner planes filter through the ethereal plane, the plane of potential some say, which forms the elements into the worlds of mortals. Once past the ethereal plane, one reaches the prime material, where exist all manner of mortals and monsters and myths and machines. It is there that belief is born, and there that the spirits that create the outer planes are born. When mortals die, they pass through the astral plane, and no place that is thought and mental energy itself. It is in all things and in none. It is paradox among other things, and it filters spirits into the great ring. Do you comprehend so far? Yes, go on. Now the outer planes, where should I start? Do you know the cardinal rules of the planes on which all others are based? Do you know about the composition of the outer planes? Do you know of the great ring and its divisions in our hearts? Do you know of the individual planes? Each of these leads to the next, and so it is best to start from the beginning. Tell me of the composition of the planes. The outer planes are created of and by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the prime material plane, shaped into forms that stagger the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. Belief creates the planes. Belief is power here. Change belief and you could change the nature of reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane born, like the fiends and celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is one of the strongest of all. Go on. That's why the powers, gods some call them, live out here. This is where all the faith in them comes. This is where they are at their most pure and most strong. Their realms are extensions of their very beings, manifestations of their godly essence, all of it informed by belief. So the composition of the planes is belief. Tell me of the Great Ring now. Among the loose unity of plane walkers, we conceive of the infinite outer planes as a ring surrounding the plane of ultimate neutrality, the Outlands. The spire atop which Sigil sits is in the centre of the Outlands. The further one travels away from the spire, the less neutral the plane grows, until it spills into the neighbouring planes. Each of these planes impinges on the Outlands, spinning themselves into law and chaos, good and evil. The Great Road marks the demarcation between the Outlands and the gate towns that spring up around the gates to get to these planes. Beyond the gate towns lie the hinterlands, uncharted territory that is lost to history, that loses thought. Danger lies in the hinterlands. Go on. The outer planes differ by morality, not substance. For you, will divide the planes into three sets: the upper planes of good, the lower planes of evil, and the boundary planes of neutrality. These are then divided further by law and chaos within the Outlands in the middle. Which of these are of interest to you? The upper planes. Of the upper planes, there are the neutral planes, the lawful planes, and the chaotic planes. What would you know? The neutral planes. The neutral upper planes contain the Beastlands, a place of neutrality and goodness, with a slight tinge of chaos, where the animals rule in the eternal noon and night. They hold Bitopia, twin paradise of industry and labour, where all work towards the good of all, and Elysium, the sweetest plane of goodness and calm I have ever come across. Alas, right now I am not well enough to enjoy any of their restorative effects. What would you hear of now? Tell me of the upper planes. I'll tell you what, we'll stagger this and we will come back to him, because this is there's a lot of information to dump there, yeah? And we'll come back and learn a bit more by and by. For now, let's go back to our lady friend who was lost, and now we can actually help her. Oh, it's night. We better be careful. Better be careful, because it's going to be a bit nastier now. She's up this way, I believe, in the northeastern portion of the hive. I believe, anyway. But yeah, this should help her out a lot. Oh, going the wrong way. You see, the metaphysics is really complicated. There's whole books dedicated to it in the D&D universe. But as he was saying, Sigil is kind of ultimate neutrality. It sits atop the hub of the wheel, upon which all of the realities turn. There's Ingress. You see Ingress, she is huddled inside a cloak of dirty rags, her teeth chattering. She is glancing furtively about her as if expecting to be attacked at any moment. Greetings, Ingress. Here, you, she squints at you. What is it you want me now? You wanted me to leave? Not leaving the city, so I'm not. I can't. Try it. It's not a city. It's a prison. Everywhere. Ingress, I found someone who can take you back to your home plane. Ingress falls silent. I want to go. Want to leave this place. His name is Candrian. He should be along shortly to help you. Trust him, alright? Ingrid says nothing, merely nods quietly, her teeth chattering inside her mouth. I'll go back and meet Candrian at the Smoldering Corpse Bar and make sure everything turned out alright. Be strong, Ingrid. There we go! Excellent. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm most pleased. Now, where are we going? We're going this way, aren't we? Yeah. Let's go to the Smoldering Corpse Bar. And hopefully everything went alright. It better have. Oh no, I'm going the wrong bloody way, aren't I? Hopefully it went fine. And hopefully, like, the planeswalking didn't go wrong, because that could be, like, the worst thing to ever happen to someone. I mean, it's already happened to Ingrid. She's been cast on the tides of creation, so, you know. For my part, I'd be quite happy. I mean, this kind of metaphysics just appeals to me. I'd love to walk the planes. It would be amazing. So you can literally walk to heaven and hell, and all the heavens and all the hells in all the mythologies of all creation. How cool is that? Candrian, me dear. Candrian stands as you approach. The Tooth Woman wanted you to have these, he says, holding out his hand. She wanted to express her thanks, even out the balance book, as it were, and be done with the damn things. In the palm of his hand are Ingrid's dancing teeth, and he smoothly deposits them into your hand. Enjoy them, Seeker.
Updated my
Cheers! What are you doing? Yeah. I am fresh back from negation, and I'm trying to restore my essence before it slips from me altogether. Negation? What do you mean? His eyes cloud over. I went to the inner planes to discover my true essence. I made the mistake of visiting the negative material plane in order to understand my body's urge to decay and the cycle of death in life. I thought myself protected against the ill effects of the plane with my magic, but I was wrong. The blackness of infinite nothing pressed on my soul, and I was beset by shadows that sought to snuff out my very soul. I lost my way for a time, for an eternity, and nearly lost my existence. I could feel my essence falling away from me, and I'm even now half gone. Never will I return. How did you survive? How did I survive? He smiles tightly with a piece of nothing that held back the nothing. Nothing can stop nothing, you know, and so I carry nothing in my hand to protect me. Do you plan to journey to the ultimate negation yourself? We will. You have the smell of desperation about you, and so I make you this gift. Hold it in your hand when the shadows press in, and it should protect you and your friends somewhat, should they remain close to you. Here. He passes you a small black token that looks as if it has no dimensionality to it at all. Thank you. That's brilliant. Farewell. That's brilliant. We are making progress. Oh, look at that. That's quite scary looking, isn't it? The negative token. Can we put it on? Oh, we can. Interesting. Why did Ingrid give her her teeth? Oh, it's a weapon. This is a handful of Ingrid's living teeth. Apparently they didn't want to go with her back through the portal to her home plane. They rattle amongst themselves whenever they are held together. They remind you of a bunch of creepy ivory hopping bugs. Oh, they're for Mort. They're a weapon for Mort. That's cool. There we go. Hey, brilliant. Very pleased. Very pleased. Okay, we're doing all right here. We're making progress. When we come back, ladies and gents, I think what we'll do is we'll go and try and find Farod at last. Until then, my dear, bye-bye.